What if I told you that you can generate incredibly realistic AI videos with Seedance 2.5 without paying for an expensive subscription, dealing with annoying hidden paywalls, or constantly worrying about running out of credits? Well, that's exactly what we're testing today. I've found two platforms that currently give you access to some seriously powerful AI video generation for free. And in this video, we're going to put them through multiple real-world tests. We'll be looking at everything from image quality and character consistency to realistic motion, camera movement, and how well they actually follow detailed prompts. And I don't just want to show you one impressive generation and call it a day. We're going to test different prompts and scenarios so you can see for yourself what these platforms are actually capable of. But make sure you watch this video all the way to the end because I'm also going to show you some lesser known methods that can help you unlock more of the available features and get significantly more generations without constantly hitting a limit. These are the kinds of tricks you definitely don't want to miss if you plan on using these tools regularly. So if you've been looking for a way to create high quality, realistic AI videos without immediately pulling out your credit card, this video is for you. And before we jump in, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more AI tools, tutorials, and free resources like this. With that said, let's get straight into the first platform. All right, today we're testing two AI platforms giving you free access to Seedance 2.5, one of the best video generation models out right now. Incredible physics, camera motion, and character consistency, completely free at the moment. Let's get straight into it. The first platform we're checking out today is TikTok Symphony. Now this one's pretty straightforward to get into, but I want to walk you through the registration process properly so you don't miss anything. All you need to do is search for this platform, and once you're on the page, you're going to go ahead and click to get started. From there, it walks you through the standard login and registration flow, so you just follow the prompts on screen. Once you've completed that part, you'll notice there's a menu option, and what you want to do is go into that menu and select the option to add it back to TikTok Symphony. Once you do that, it takes you straight into the actual TikTok screen, specifically into the Creator Studio, which is where all the real work happens. Now, here's the part that makes this platform worth checking out. The moment you land in the Creator Studio, you're immediately awarded 2,000 credits, completely free, just for registering and linking your account. And trust me, 2,000 credits is more than enough for you to experiment with, whether that's generating images or videos, so you really have room to test things out without worrying about running out halfway through. So once I was in, the first thing I wanted to do was just confirm that the image generation actually works well. So I started simple. I typed in a basic prompt, just a woman riding a bike, nothing complicated, just to see what the model does with something straightforward. And honestly, right away, you could tell the quality was solid. Clean lines, good detail, nothing janky about it. After that first test, I wanted to push it a little further, so I went back in and tweaked the prompt slightly. This time, I changed the subject entirely. I directed it to generate a European woman riding a bike in Paris, just to see how well it handles a more specific, detailed prompt with a location attached to it. And when it finished generating, honestly, the quality blew me away a little bit. Right from the top of the head down to the fine details in the hair and the outfit, everything looked incredibly clean and well put together. You could really tell the model was paying attention to the small details, not just throwing something generic at you. Now, once that image was done, here's where it gets interesting. Right from that same screen, there's an option to take that image and generate a video directly from it. So basically, instead of starting from scratch with a video prompt, you're using the image you just created as the base, and the platform builds motion around it. So I went ahead and selected that image, hit generate video, and let it process. This is honestly one of my favorite features because it keeps the consistency between your image and your video. So whatever character or scene you built in the image carries over smoothly into the motion, instead of the video looking like a completely different generation. Once that first video finished, I wasn't done yet. I actually wanted to test a second generation to see how flexible the platform really is. So this time, I went back in and pulled a different image straight from my own library instead of generating a fresh one. I uploaded it, added it in as a reference for the video, and then asked the platform to make a few changes to the bike riding concept just to see how well it adapts an existing image into a new video direction rather than starting from zero. I hit generate again and let it run. While that second one was processing, I want to mention you do have a lot of flexibility here. You're not locked into only using freshly generated images. You can genuinely pull from your saved library and build on top of that, which gives you way more room to experiment depending on what you're working on. When that second video finished generating, honestly, it turned out even better than I expected. The outfit details were clean, the way the hair moved as she walked looked really natural, and overall the motion just felt smooth and consistent. So between the two generations, you really get to see how the platform handles both a brand new video from scratch and an edited variation built off an existing image, and both came out looking genuinely impressive. Once I was happy with the results, I went ahead and downloaded them so you can actually see the quality for yourself. Overall, TikTok Symphony really delivers for a free platform, especially considering you're starting off with 2,000 credits right out of the gate. And having the option to run multiple generations off different images just adds to how useful it is. Now let's move on to the second platform, which is Dala AI. Getting started here is pretty simple too. First thing you do is register your account, and once you're in, it's going to ask you to confirm that you're over the age of 18 before giving you full access to the platform. Once you confirm that, you land on the main interface. And honestly, the layout here is really clean and easy to navigate. Everything is laid out in a way that doesn't feel cluttered. You've got clear options right up front to create an image or create a video. And since I already covered the image generation side in one of my previous videos, this time I wanted to focus entirely on testing the video side of things. So I clicked into Create Video, and once you're in there, you'll notice they've got different model versions available for you to choose from. There's Seedance 1, and right next to it, Seedance 2.5, which is their newest and most advanced model at the moment. Naturally, that's the one I wanted to put to the test. I set the video length to 10 seconds, kept the aspect ratio at 16:9, and then dropped in my first prompt, just a straightforward test to see what the model does with a basic scene. Once I typed that in, I hit generate and let it process. It took a few minutes to run, but when it finished, the output honestly came out really clean. The motion was smooth, the visuals were sharp, and for a brand new model, that's genuinely impressive. You can tell right away this isn't a half-baked update. So after seeing how well that first one turned out, I decided to push it further and try a second generation with a completely different concept. For this one, I wrote a more detailed prompt describing a young woman in a flowing red dress spinning midair in slow motion against a black void, so a lot more movement and detail than the first test. I kept the same settings, Seedance 2.52.5, 16:9, 10 seconds, typed it in, and hit generate. While that one was processing, I want to point out this is really where you get to see if a model can actually hold up under a more demanding prompt. And once it finished, the results were really solid. The fabric movement looked realistic, the lighting was on point, and the overall motion felt cinematic rather than robotic or stiff. Honestly, better than I expected for a second run in the same session. After that, if you've been holding off on trying AI video generation because you thought you needed a paid plan to get decent results, today's video should have changed your mind. Between TikTok Symphony handing you 2,000 free credits and multiple generations to play with, and Dala AI giving you free access to Seedance 2.5, one of the sharpest models out right now, there's really no excuse not to jump in and start testing this yourself. Go download both apps, follow the exact steps I walked you through, and start experimenting with your own prompts. You might be surprised what you can pull off for free. If this video helped you out, drop a like, subscribe if you're new here, and let me know in the comments which platform's generation impressed you more, TikTok Symphony or Dala AI. I'll see you in the next one.